Hello, I would like to talk to you about a tool that I've been working on. I call it a Replicator. It is an interactive notebook that can run JavaScript in your browser. It's a static site really with some HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. That is why I was able to deploy it on IPFS. To show you what it can do, I'm gonna need some helper functions that I'm gonna paste down here. Next, we're gonna explore under the hood of Replicator. To do so, we're gonna capture the CID from the URL. Then, I'm gonna read the file, data code.js, from under that CID. Oh, almost forgot. Replicator has JS IPFS bundled with it, so you can use it in it. If you look at the content of the file, you'll notice that it is the same as the original content of this notebook. That is because Notebook loads it from that file. Let's explore a few other files that are also in the Replicator. There are some CSS, JavaScript, and HTML, as I mentioned earlier. This might be actually a good time to save our edits. I'm gonna click the Save button, and you might notice that the URL has changed. Typically, you would send this URL and share it with someone, but in this case, I'm just gonna paste it in a new tab and load it. You may notice that this time it contains all of the content that we've typed earlier. It's still early days, so it's a little buggy, but if you rerun the code, it goes back to normal. This time, however, you'll notice that content under data/code.js is different. That is because it contains everything that we've typed up there. To explain it, I'll mention how it works under the hood. When you click the Save button, it reads root node under that CID. Then it swaps data link to the one that it creates, in which it stores a file containing content that you've typed in the editor. That means every single URL is a self-contained bundle that can work on its own. And thanks to IPFS's deduplication properties, all the other data is shared across all of the replicators. One other thing you can do with Replicator is load some JavaScript modules. They are supported natively. I can import modules that I've typed earlier and published to IPFS. It is from Observable Standard Library. And just like in Observable, you can do Markdown inline. Here it is. I did show you earlier that you can save edits and they get published to IPFS under data code.js file. Let's do the same thing now. I have pre-typed this module with a bunch of imports. I'm gonna click Save to save it. I'm gonna paste a new Replicator URL and I'm gonna import it from the new one. Let's just add oops. Okay. Right. And it's loaded from IPFS. Now let's try a few things. You can throw interesting inputs here. And with our helper view function, you can observe how values are changing. Let's take a look at another example. In this case, will have an input field. I'm gonna type hello, and you'll see the results. Oops, here we go. So this time let's look at something even more complex. In this case, we have the canvas. As I'm drawing, you can see pixel data in here. This is all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed seeing this demo. If you want to check out the code, you can go to this GitHub repo, or you could load any of the URLs I've showed you earlier. Thanks for watching.